You just can't make it up, really, can you? Is this how it's going to be all night? Good evening, everybody. Indeed, here we are live, GGPHelp TV. My name's Liam. I'm your host for this evening. Just me. We're going to try something else. We've got Baxter, the boy, the dog, and he's called Baxter, but not because of the fact that of Callum. Our Baxter came before I knew about Callum Baxter. But there we are. So slightly different this evening. As you can tell, slightly different setup. I've been out using the rest of my kit on a live production, which is nice for a change. And so we're now here, literally just home, just in front. I've just got myself a cup of coffee in my dodgy Easter egg mug. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but that's my Easter egg cup. That's what's got my coffee in it this evening. We've got a panel. I was hoping to have quite a larger panel than we've got, but we have the producer, and we also have Magic as part of the panel this evening. So they will be looking at the information as it comes through. And we're just going to try this, just try and change it up, really. And I really hope that I'm live. So the producer's likely to tell me in a moment and say, yes, you are live, you are streaming, you are working on the web, all very well. So hopefully that will come through. Some housekeeping. I am going to shut the chat down because once we get going, it's going to get crazy. At least that's what I like to tell myself anyway. So as part our usual evenings, we will restrict the chatter to just to help everybody, really, because if there's 150,000 messages flying through, the producer says we're good. He's very loud in my ear. That's going to annoy me for most of the evening. That will be very fun. Yeah, we've like 150 messages flying through. Sometimes it's just too hard to read it all. So we just want to keep it nice and serene, nice and chilled. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'd imagine most people are in bed. And who really wants to be listening to me at this time of night? So if I can remember how to do it, we're going to just... Quick, Dave, get that last message in before I change it. We're going to manage the group. That's how we're going to do this. So... Should we go for 5 or 15? 5 or 15, 5 or 15, 168 people. Oh, hello, 168 people. It's lovely to have you here. There you go. You can have 5 minutes before you rest you, so don't waste it on a lousy one-liner criticising me. Right, so. Oh, we're going to have to turn that off. I'm so sorry. Ding, ding, ding. I love your dings. Thank you all so much. Manage. No, I don't know how to turn that off. There's a grimace. There you go. You can have that. I didn't realise it was famous. But, right. So, my money, 11:24. That's always my time. That's the time I always go for. So, we've got a little bit of time to burn. We've had a lovely presentation come out today. Let's see if Jamie has got any comments he wants to make. Or Magic has got any comments you'd like to make about the presentation today. Have you even seen it, Jamie? Have you seen this thing come through? It's been a really interesting time, and I've been going for the last 4 hours, so I feel like I've got plenty to say this evening, which is always a good thing. The last couple of weeks of the way this share has gone, I mean, for those that have been here for at least 12 months, the ebb and flow of the 6-week pattern became very regular, and we're all very familiar with it. And without even trying to get into any theories or whatever, it's very different. I mean, the number of trades that have been going on lately has been getting less and less and less, and it's almost like we're done trading. We are literally just waiting, and it looks like the instos are done. They're finished. They're not willing to put any more money in until they can see how this is playing out. And I'm sure we're now we're crossing thresholds, and we're going to be hopefully just taking those little bits, you know, like the EMAs and stuff that people talk about all the time, the estimated moving averages, I think that is, going up and up and up. And once we cross those, we can start to build momentum, and wires everywhere. We can start to build momentum, and then we can start to just get onto 30p, because let's be honest, we'll be much happier once we get to 30p. 24p is nice when we were there. 30p, even nicer, and actually making a profit and all that stuff that we bought when we thought that we were going to get there. Jamie says he thought it was very professional, very easy to read, and spells out the timeline and catalysts very, very well. I was intrigued to see if you had seen any of Bamps' calculations as well. So, has anyone got a question in the GGP main chat? Do you have a question? Post them there, and we'll see if we can answer them while we're waiting for these results to come out. Yes, we shall do that. When we look at the previous holes, when these results were... You can tell I've just had a large McDonald's, can't you? I'm very giddy. That was my first one this year. Oh, man. A big tasty. Very tasty. What was I going to talk about? Oh, I confused myself. And I thought about it too much. And now I don't know. I wanted to say that... Oh, that's it. When these results come out, there's going to be the Red Chris results. We need to make sure we don't read those first. And there's also going to be, because these are quarterly results, the interims are going to be there as well. And I remember Stuart and I, we spent about 20 minutes going through the results on the interims, on the quarterlies in January, only to realise, as pointed out by the producer, who wasn't the producer at the time, actually, boys, you've already covered these. We did these back in December. So we need to make sure that we know what the interims were, so we can just glaze straight over those and get down to the nitty gritty and see what we've got. I'm hoping for some work, like the workup has been done in the high grade zone. So some big numbers coming from there, I hope. That would... I don't want to say it's a given, but you have to figure if they're putting drills into the high grade sulfide zone, that's what it's called, that the numbers that are going to come out of that are going to be very consistent to what we've seen before. Not expecting anything from the north that Paddy's been showing recently that's a little bit too close, too recent, if you like. There was a very definitive time when they stopped the infill drilling and they switched to the growth drilling. So what I think happens almost like a 3 months from January to March, was very much about let's have a look at what we've got and how much more we can make it. And then from March through to June, yes, 3 months, March through to June, they're going for the growth drilling. So they're looking to see if they can expand the zones and stuff. I believe, personally, that come June, you might see all that data that they've collected over the last 6 months is then added to the MRE. And maybe some inferred to indicated and stuff. I don't know too much about that myself, but that's what I would like to think could happen, which obviously is good for us because that would be the asset being proven. And that then at that point they actually announce what they're going to do for the next 6 months, which will be another 65 to 70,000 metres of drilling, which will have 3 months of growth, 3 months of infill. And there's only 8 rigs doing the growth, I think, so they're still doing, there's a lot more to it than just that. So Magic says he noticed that the drilling is over 200 kilometres. Last reported drilling was 154 in March, so lots of new drilling to be announced. The key line for him is on slide 10.7. Oh, slide 10.7. It follows from what they said in March about there being mineralisation outside the Javieron deposit, but within the Javieron licence. Getting off error 404. That's not good. Let's have a look at YouTube. Not that I know where to go. There. Have I just done like this amazing thing for the last... No, it looks okay. I'm looking good, I think. And there's the cat. Why would the cat want to come and talk to me now? The cat never talks. The cat ignores me for most of my life. And now all of a sudden, it seems to be okay on my end, RA. Yeah, the cat just comes to talk to me. What's that all about? So, see, when you look at Javieron and that ovoid, where? That's the big question. Some think it's towards the north, up towards Apollo. That is a possibility. I mean, we know Apollo's there. We know Apollo comes into our license, but that one drill in December, did that really go up there? Did that really drill? Did they really find something? Or are we looking out? I've been told the results are out So I will have to go and look for those now. Yeah, I shouldn't. Jamie's just mentioned the BAMS figures. I shouldn't have known I had those. Um, yeah, so I'm just going to run across to the ASX website now, see if I can grab them. I'll probably download the wrong ones anyway. If anyone wants to post the link to everybody else in the main chat, that'd be amazing. Today's announcements. Hey, I was close for a change. 23.20. That's pretty impressive. I normally 23.24 is my time. And NCM, look at that. Quarterly exploration report, 31st of March. Oh. That might be where see how the producer was like, yeah, I'm getting a 404 over, that's not working. And I automatically assumed it was me. No one could see me, and then that was broken. Nothing to do with me at all. I'm going to try Newcrest's website and see if I can get it off of there, because that might take you elsewhere. The Investor Centre, Results and Report Centre. Maybe what we could do, so you could stop looking at my my ugly bonds. If you can come across with me. Okay, hello, I'm back. So the reason why you've lost the sound is because this microphone's USB and not XLR. So it's a completely different setup. So before we go looking, I'll have to make sure that I set up the we'll copy that, pop that in there, paste, transition, and now hopefully this has kept the sound and you can now hear me. So thank you for whoever that was. I didn't see who it was. So here we go. Quarterly report for the 3 months ended 31st March. That can't be the right one, can it? I've just been sent it on the other. The producer has me. The producer's given me grief. I'm hopefully he's given Newcrest grief, not me. I'm just waiting for it to load up. No, there it is. So ended 31st of March 2021. Why does that feel like it was a month away? Are these definitely the right results? It says a quarterly report, doesn't it? So we need to just get on with this. We're going to go like that. We're going to go Control F. We're going to go Javier on. Next. There we go. So box cut is 90% complete, and this is the first time I'm seeing this, so please bear with me as I'm trying to digest, read, get excited for you, get excited for me, and all the rest of it. But as we can see straight away there, box cut excavation is 90% complete. Shortcreting of portal faces commenced with ground support complete. That's amazing. Batch plant is fully commissioned, and the surface earthworks are almost complete as well. They're sorting out the water, and that's good. Let's get on with it. Javier on COVID. No. I hope you can hear me. It looks like you can hear me. They did that. Support fund. Why am I not seeing? You know what page number? Man, these quarterly reports. You got a page number on that? There's nothing there. Maybe I need the other document. There's normally 2 or 3 documents for this, isn't there? Hey, look at that silver. Wow, look at that. All-in sustaining costs. Okay, so this is just the prior document talking about... Yeah, there's no drill results in this one, so that'll be the separate document that we need. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you got my announcer's voice then, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Oh, man. Yeah. Thank you. Someone's telling me a different PDF for the exploration. If only I knew where it was. Maybe it's this one. No, that's not the right one. That's the last one. These are the ones we've already seen. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming my way. $17 meg is downloading. So, I'm quite excited by this. I'm sure you can tell. Slip of coffee. Oh, trusted to hang on 15 meg. You can't make this up, can you? Come on, this is painful. Here we go. That's Red Chris. Javier on drilling included both infill and growth programs, which is good. Results from the growth drilling continue to support the potential resource expansion of Javieron, which is nice. Completion of infill drilling with results within the inferred minerals resource boundary. This drilling is in line with the expectations and increased confidence of the continuity of higher grade mineralization. I like the sound of that. Oh, Nevada. Good for you. Right. Isn't it interesting how they've gone for Red Chris first? But anyway. Significant infill. 196 meters at 1.7 grams per ton. Lovely. And then we've got 18.5 meters at 4.9 grams. Oh, look at that. Had 122, 3.9 grams per ton. Which is nice. 9.7. Oh, look at had 123. A ching, 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 ching. 3.4 grams per ton. Oh, I need to go and find out what this is. That's from 711 meters. With 6.2 grams per ton, including 95 grams per ton. Oh, that was a lump. That was a nice lump. And then, same again. If I had 127, had 30. Beautiful. That excites me. No one really cares at the moment about Red Chris. Now, should I read this to you? If I read this nice and slowly so you can read along. You've probably all read it anyway. The Javieron project is operated by Newcrest under joint venture agreement with Greatland Gold, as announced on the 30th of November 2020. Oh, blah, blah, blah. We already know that bit. I'm so sorry. We're going to skip ahead. Page 4 onwards. I'm on page 4. Yeah, I'm just See, I've just been told by a producer, yeah, you've already announced those. They were last time's results. What a donkey. Skip to the 4 new ones. So is that had 112, 130? That can't be right. It must be higher than that. Ah, I found it. The additional 4 growth holes on page number 5 at the bottom of it. Since the 11th of March, 3 growth holes in the northern breccia zone returned broad mineralised intervals which supported extensions to the breccia mineralisation in the northwest of the system and further highlighted potential for bulk mining outside of the southeast crescent zone. Had 83 BW4, which is I think some kind of a wedge. Has got still got over a gram. Had 90. I didn't realise that hadn't been reported. Some there, 1 gram per tonne, 4.1 grams per tonne, and then a nice 73 metres at 1.5 gram per tonne. And don't forget, copper is all just money at the end of the day. Had 86, 2.2 grams per tonne. Oh, now some of these companies recently have been releasing results. Some of them, like literally 0.2, 0.3, 0.5 grams per tonne, they're good grades for them. And yet, like, if it's less than 1 gram per tonne, I'm like, I'm not interested. It can't be that good. But, these are absolutely outstanding. Oh, my word. Would you please, ladies and gentlemen, just look. Let me see if I can zoom out. Look at that. Isn't that just a thing of beauty? How do they come up with these images? I didn't mean to do that. So the stuff that's in red is what's in the inferred resource. There's a growth target. Deep. Eastern breccia. Wow. Now look at that. So there's your 4 growth holes. This is all the new stuff. So this northern breccia. Wow. So it's 4,700. Look at that. So you've got the one here, which is had 183 meters at 2.0 grams per ton, and a little bit of copper from 752 meters. That's a long way down, or along, isn't it? Da 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 da. Here we go. We'll digest those bamps. See, those of you here that have made this far and are still awake, tomorrow night I'm going to be sitting down for a brew with Bamps, and we're going to go through this and get Bamps' take on it all. Which is why I don't have Magic on this evening, because but Magic will be back. I promise you. We've not fired him or anything. If he wants to come back onto our show, he's more than welcome at any time. I just want to try this differently this evening, and go from there. Please, there's a statement about jury. Thank you for that mention. So we can see it's hard to articulate there what we can see. What can we see? We can see gold, plenty of it. Has it grown? It looks like it's grown. It needs to be compared, really. It's hard to say. Look at that. They've targeted that little section just there. Let's zoom in. It's had 86. So through that, from 1,281 meters, that's a way down, isn't it? There's March's results. New results. Can anyone see the new results? There's no red there at all, is there? I suppose they're the bits they've already done. There we go, look, there's some. That's nice and detailed. Now, Magic, what is going to be holding more of the gold? Sorry, I'm looking over at the chat because that's where you are, but I should look at the camera. What's holding more of the gold? Is it going to be the cemented breccia, or is it going to be the crackle breccia? What's going to be more fruitful as gold? What we're going to find there? This is just the colours, and it's crazy. There's not going to be much longer, and you're not going to be able to work out what's what because there's just going to be lines everywhere where they've drilled the whole thing. Surprised it doesn't just all fall apart. It's interesting that they are finding. I didn't think there would be any gold in the dolerite, but clearly there is gold in there. I didn't expect that. So, yes. You can tell I'm just making this up as we go along, aren't we? I love these images. I'll post some of them up for those that are laid in bed. Okay, so the next thing to find. There we go. Is there anything there of note? Newcrest and Gold have agreed exploration program until the calendar year of 2021, which is anticipated to drill test priority targets, which will include Goliath. Subsequent drilling will focus on the Parley target within Black Hills and the Outer Mind and Los Diablos targets within the Patterson Range. Additional geophysical work will be conducted in the calendar year of 21 to identify other potential targets within both projects. Field activities commenced late March 2021. They did indeed, and I noticed, and a few others noticed as well, that the drill pad for Outer Mind has been cleared. Paddy reported it at some point this afternoon, but it has been cleared. So Magic says he'd probably say the Crackle Breccia, because it's higher porous, so that would be porosity, but I'd need to check the intercepts to be sure. That's fair enough. Well, I'm surprised there's not that many. Am I missing something? Is that all they've reported? 4 drill holes? Surely, have we missed? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a lot missing. They're good results. They are great results. There's some lovely numbers in there. Drill hole data. Blah, blah, blah. 4. No. Or, this is just growth data, isn't it? In which case they've held back the infill data. Am I right in saying that? Looking at the producer, have they held back the infill? The panel are just having a quick discussion as to what they feel has happened. I feel what's happened here is we've only got 4 holes that have been reported, which is a pain in the ass, to be honest with you, because that might reflect badly on the share price in the morning. You can call me a chip pisser. That's totally fine. Infill was completed on the last results. But why would you only release 4 holes? Poor weather. I thought that was the session before. Just going to put that out there. Huh. I shouldn't be corpsing. I really should not be corpsing. I should continue to talk. But there's a lot more holes here. But then that's going to be everything from the last set of results to this set of results, isn't it? So what have we gone to? We've gone from, technically speaking, from we won't count 60, we won't count 86. When does it start becoming consecutive? From 113 down to 132. So there's plenty of holes there. And as you say, they were reported last time around. It makes you wonder why they've held on to them. I can't help but feel that they're going to be the ones that we'll find in the MRE. Or the updated MRE. How deep have they gone? What's the deepest depth? See, these are all quite shallow. These are all quite short, aren't they? There's not many that are massive. Do you know what I mean? Like the back end of last year, some of these holes were like 1,800 meters long. And I say long because I thought they were deep, but Bamps has informed me that it's nothing to do with depth at all. It's about to do how long the drill is. This is from the last results. The producer has just dropped it in. Drilling in the current period was impacted by seasonal weather. Currently, 8 drill rigs are operational. The growth drilling program with focus on the northwestern crescent, northern breccia zone. This drilling is aimed to provide support for the potential expansion of the existing inferred mineral resource. Drill testing and interpretation of the geological mineralization controls of the eastern breccia zone is ongoing. Further targets outside of the Javieron, but within the joint venture area of Greatland Gold, have been identified with the potential to conduct drill testing at these targets in the future. Man. Well, I mean, I'm not sure really much else. There's much else we can even cover. This is in and out very quickly, isn't it? Magic has just said that with the lack of buying going into this, that actually there might not be too much going on tomorrow morning. I don't think anyone is expecting anything of like scallywag sell-offs. That's definitely not what any of us are expecting or would anticipate because of how strong the Javieron has been in the past. And obviously these aren't bad results, these are great results. There's just not enough of them to make a show out of it. That's all we want to do, is make a show. I've had these headphones on all night and they're starting to hurt. I need new headphones. So does anyone have and I will pose this to the panel as they've gone out of their way to be here this evening. Has anyone got any questions that they would like to pose to Bottle? And if not, we'll turn it to the floor and we'll go live with the floor and we'll answer some questions. If anyone's got any questions, we'll aim to ask you. We've got the panel here. We've got Magic and the producer. So I mean, that's the fair point. The producer's just said 4 results, 4 reported gold. So does that make this 15 out of 15 or 16 out of 16? And also those that are mega into their theory and what's the word? Not conjecture, tinfoil hat conspiracy theories. Does that mean that all the other holes they've drilled have come up empty? That's not from me. I personally don't think so. I think they've all hit and they're all keeping hold of those. 15 out of 15. I think they've kept hold of them and they're going to go into a report that will be unleashed upon us. And as we've seen with Red Chris, at any time, that could drop at any moment. It might have already dropped and we've all missed it because we've been too busy reading this. So we're going to run back very quickly and just see if NCM have had any more announcements, because that's quite early for them, wasn't it? 24 minutes past. There's normally another one around about now. So maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see another one. Who knows? Who knows? NCM. Where's that one? Oh. No, not yet. There's still time. You know what happened is we'll call this a day, we'll go off air and then they'll release it. There's me going up and down scrolling thinking that I'm shown to you and you're stuck looking at my... Says Newcrest... here's a question from the floor from Aaron. Says Newcrest take over jury campaign at the end of the year. Is that a good thing? Greatland only manage it till December. Well, I think it's a great thing. Because it's there. They're not investing much money at this stage, are they? So by Greatland managing it, Newcrest can get on with what they're doing, which is getting that hole dug, managing that as a project. Because you've got to remember, there's only so many people that Javier on, and so many people that Newcrest have actually got to manage these projects. They need to get the people in position for the projects to come to fruition. So whilst Greatland are managing the project, once the drills stop turning at Javier on, that's going to free up more drills. It's going to free up more drills. And the drill teams and the project managers that can then take that over, and Newcrest themselves can drill it as they are at the moment. So I think that's how that will play out. Is it DDH1, DBH1, DCH, DD? I don't know. I want to say DDH1. Who are the current drillers who I believe are doing the drilling for us once again? Their contract will come to an end. Newcrest will go back, but they'll just take their drills north, and they'll start drilling the bejesus out of Goliath. Out of mind. DDH1, the producer says. Thank you very much. Thanks for that question, Aaron. I think it was very good. We could do some music. I feel like a late night talk show DJ. Do you know what? I've had absolutely enough day. I've been miserable all day, and for some unknown reason, I've come on air and I'm like, I don't know why. I think it's just because the adrenaline's pumping. Literally, the first thing I thought about, I should plan to say something, is when that blue light came on and I clicked the go live button. I was like, oh, let's start talking about this. I'm literally winging this, and that's so not what I want for these shows. I want these shows to come across like all professional and full of content and engaging, and yeah, that's just not me. So have we got any more questions from the floor? Please. I do like all the... thank you very much for everyone that sends me DMs. I get DMs all the time. And I don't mean to ignore you, but sometimes it's just not the appropriate time to be responding to DMs. Like now, not really the time to be responding to DMs. So I appreciate that. I have a bunch of them. Yeah. So... what's wrong with them? Nothing's wrong with them. There's just 4 of them. That's the... Alex, you've not missed the live stream. I am still here, my friend. I am still waffling away, talking nonsense. Yeah, I don't think anyone should be upset about these results. These are great results. Let's not. Yeah, it appears. How much meterage? Where's the question? How much meterage of the 65,000 meters plan? That's a great question. Let's go looking. That one. Let's bring it in so you can have a look as well. So we need to find. Let's look for 65. Oh, it's 56. 65. That's no good, is it? All right, calm down. Screaming in my ear. No, apparently. Oh, there you go. It says it right. Oh, it's in Nevada. Oh, man. I thought I had the answer right in front of me. Then look, 4 holes totaling 2,200 meters. That's not even the right piece of... making noise just so that I'm not corpsing. There you go. Look, see, the infill program compromises 43 holes, so 26 of the holes completed during the period. So obviously that's into our last set of results. We need to remember that those last set of results contain these within the inferred mineral resource boundary, which was designed to support it. I mean, there are some amazing numbers in there. I think that the numbers are absolutely stunning, and I know we've spoke about them before. And then we've got these 4 additional holes in a completely different area to what we've seen before. So, I mean, that suggests that this... I mean, look at this. I'm going to switch between the two. Just hang on a second, right? Just hold on to your box of toys, whoever is throwing them. If anyone's throwing their box of toys at these results, just take one step back for a second, right? Just take a breath. Just chill, right? Let's just look at this. and just think about what this means, right? 4 drills, all reported mineralization, right? Look at the area. I'll stop you from looking at me. Look at the area we're talking about. Mineralization, 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 mineralization. There's mineralization in areas that they've not even bothered to colour in yet. Hello. How big is that northern breccia zone? Is it just breccia? What else is there? What else could there be in that zone? Could there be more high-grade sulfur? No, it's not right, is it? Is it? I'll get... Do you know what I mean? Is there more of the purple stuff? Is there more... It is sulfide zone. So is there more sulfide? Is there more crackled breccia? Is this entire area just full? The next set of results, is this whole area going to be red? Because frankly, that's what it's looking like it could be. Or even yellow. A bit more yellow, a bit more red. But something tells me that drawing needs updating. Because that is not right. That dotted line needs to move. And it needs to move a considerable amount. So... that could all be gold, ladies and gentlemen. That's just... I mean, not solid gold. That would be nice, wouldn't it? If it was just like a 650 by 330 metre chunk of gold. That would be ridiculous. But this entire area, as they've suggested, might have to be block caving. Now, earlier today on Telegram, it was suggested that the block caving should be put down as maybe they're not going to, as a risk, as part of the SWOT analysis, I think it's called. That actually there's a risk that they don't do that, and if they don't do that, that will affect our share price. They've alluded to it a few times recently. I think they will block cave at least that southeast crescent zone. There's far too much of the good stuff in there for them not to block cave that particular area. The rest of it, we don't know about that. That will in due time. But when you've got 4 holes, do you know what? I'm looking at myself. I'm not looking at myself, but I'm seeing myself. I'm talking to you, and you're not even looking at me. The 4 holes that they've drilled, that's a huge expanse of area, isn't it? I mean, that's 100 metres. I'm just going to quickly... I don't want to do the sound effects. That's 300. That's about 500 metres by 400 metres-ish, give or take. I'm just using the scale on my fingers, so it's not exactly a science. That's before we even start looking at the eastern breccia zone, which has already proven that it's got some minerals in there. Just think about that for a second. 4 holes. We already know that crescent northeast closure's got a bunch of gold in it because it's part of the maiden resource estimate. Wow. I shouldn't get too excited by that. But that is truly monumental. That is absolutely amazing. The more I think of this, looking at it like that, they're very spread out. That's I mean, when you look, let's pull you back over onto this one. I'm sorry that I'm back and forth, but when you look how far that mineralization has gone. That goes all the way out to the eastern, and then you could say, well, actually, there's a gap in between the northern and the eastern, but actually we've got a big wedge in the middle. Helps if I put the mouse in the right place. We've got this bit here. That's in no man's land, and it just happens to be part of this. It's had 121. Let's find 121. 121. You don't need to hear me sing. I appreciate that, but we don't need the silence. I was always taught never to corpse. Corpse is bad. 121. There's not much there at all, is there? That's not it, surely. That must be the distance. Interval, yes. From 2, there's the gold. Interesting, there's no grams per tonne on this. There's gold parts per million. Interestingly, there's not much there, is there? There's me bigging this up, and that actually suggests there's not much at all. 42 metres and 0.21 parts per million. There's a cut-off grade of 0.2 grams per tonne, which actually is not very much at all, is it? Well, I'm still excited by it. There's mineralisation there. I mean, that's the important part, right? I was doing really well then. I really thought I thought I'd found that, and now I've just completely deflated myself on going to check that out. And now I've lost where I am and where my production team have gone. There they are. Okay, so. Conjecture, bad weather. Conjecture, assays held at labs. Yeah, I'm not sure that Newcrest will have assays held at labs. They're not the sort of people you'd upset. Personally, Magic believes that the breccia fills the zone between the sulfide crescent. North has commented, as far as I see, the report is of the 3 months ended 31st of March, so the interim report will have covered a lot of the jewels already. These look like the beginning of the growth drilling, which is testing how they'll approach the program. So the next interims will have all of the data that comes behind this. So maybe that's what's going on there. Something I haven't caught from them before is the report says there are further targets, where I thought there was only one additional target within the license, but outside the Javier on discovery. The interim results, whilst good, didn't offer anything new to being infill drilling, so it's simply a reiteration. I'm more satisfied by these initial growth drills, however spare, as they show new growth potential in the northern breccia and southeastern crescent. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, I'm sorry, I got to take that off. My ear hurts. Apologies. That's taken a battering today. No, that's a great point, North. A great point. So they've given us the 4 drill results. Yeah. Which means they're holding on to an absolute bucket load for the interims, aren't they? I think, Magic, you're going to find yourself on a show next time around, because we're going to have a shed ton of data to troll through. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else worth covering, and if not, I'm just going to wrap this up. Unless anyone's got any further questions or anything I need to say, because I think for an hour on air of having nothing to say and just going for it. Nice red, Chris. See, there is always little snippets of information we're finding in these. They sometimes leave stuff in there that gives hinting to stuff they've done. This is still the red Chris one. So let's find the Javier on one. Pretty sure that was some kind of a kids' TV show you just got there. Ah, there it is. So let's just check this is definitely Javier on. Yes. So you got to remember, this is the quarter, so not the 6 weeks. This is 12 weeks. 6,641. You're most welcome. The person just sent me that direct message. From 30 drill holes, all intersecting mineralisation. I mean, that's the important thing, right? 30 cores have gone down and 30 have intersected mineralisation. It's just like, that's good, right? How often do you find someone doing that? Let's find out how they do that over those other shares that you guys are desperate to talk about sometimes. Anyway, let's come back over here. Including orientation of key geological features. Blah de blah 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 blah. The logging of sufficient quality to support the That's important. The logging is of sufficient quality to support the mineral resource estimates, which is always good. They talk about how they do it, who did it. So look, it's all gone. It's gone to the same place that Greatland Gold have used. So it's gone to Inner Tech Laboratory in Perth. tells you how they do it. As I say, these things are really worth coming back to and reading a few times, because you don't always pick up first time around, especially if you start glancing over it, glazing over, because most of it means nothing. You know, it's within the Within the southeast crescent and breccia zone, drill hole spacing ranges from 50 to 100 to 50 by 50 within the initial resource extents. Outside the initial resource boundary, drill hole spacing is from 50 to 200 in the lateral extent. Within the breccia zone, over an area of 2 kilometers squared, the data spacing is sufficient to establish the degree of geological and grade continuity. Significant assay intercepts remain open. Further drilling is required to determine the extent of the current defined mineralization. No sampling composition is applied to samples. Drilling intersects mineralization at various angles. The only one that I want to read is what's next. Further work. Growth drilling is planned to extend the limits of the mineralized system, and infill drilling in the existing defined breccias, looking to establish additional resources outside of those stated in this announcement. And then we have the drill hole data. Ladies and gents, what can I say? What can I say? Magic says that he now thinks the dull period for Greatland is out of the way, and hopefully everything from here on out should be progressing, including the other exploration areas. That's what he expects. Yeah, no, absolutely. I totally agree. 100% with you there. You know, we're through spring now. Summer isn't essentially here, isn't it? Let's be honest. In terms of a summer program of drilling, at least. You know, the bad weather's done. All the teams now in place. We've got the guys over at Jury. They're now starting their work. Have to presume they're working 24/7, just getting the job done. They may have even found, I don't know how far they can go down, but maybe they've even pulled the first of the cores out. I don't know how it works. I'm just wondering if they go down. This is where we need to speak to Matt. If they go down, let's keep it simple, 500 meters. Does the drill go down 500 meters? Like this is the rock, right? It's and then does that stay there until it's gone all the way down, and then it all gets lifted, or do they sort of take 5 meters? Do you know what I mean? Like, does it all come out in one lump? I mean, it doesn't. I know it doesn't come out in one lump, because quite often it's fractured and it's broken. But do they go down 500 meters and then pull 500 meters out, and then every time they empty it, or I don't know. Maybe we need to get down there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been going for an hour. We don't need to be going for much longer. We've all got school in the morning. Let's be honest. All right. So thank you. If you want to get in touch, send me a tweet at GGPHelp. I'm pretty sure that's what my Twitter is. Thank you to the panel today. So we've not had much for you to do. It's a shame that we've not had much for them to get involved with. But it's great that you all took the time to spend with me here this evening. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I have been out this evening doing stuff with the children, as I say. And I will be here in 6 weeks' time at the same time, hopefully with Magic. And more importantly, tomorrow I'm sitting down with Bamps for a coffee, a brew a bottle, and so over the weekend you can have a listen. You can get Bamps' reaction to what's been going on, both at Javieron and the Jury, and have a listen to some of his calculations and how he's gotten to some of those numbers that he's getting to at the moment, because the numbers that man is producing, even if it's a 10% margin of error, they are some significant numbers, eye-watering almost. And quite what that means for the share price, I have no idea. I wouldn't want to quantify it, but I can tell you now, it's more than 24p. That I can promise you. Right, I'm out. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Liam, and you've been watching GGP Help TV Live. That really doesn't work for this show, but that's what I do for my other one. And yeah, so there's the thanks for watching thingy. Here it comes in 3, 2, 1, and I bid you good night. Good night.